Hello and welcome back to another episode of Clark and Addison Born into the Ivy. This is episode 3 for the 2026 season. Spring training games have finally started, Eli. Are you excited?
I'm excited, even though we haven't started too hot. But
Who cares? So
baseball
for the
is
record.
officially back.
Um, I watched a little bit of Friday's game, and then I watched all of Saturday because I'm kind of obsessed,
Mhm.
as you know. Um, but it was great to watch it. The only reason I didn't watch all of Fridays was because my daughter had a talent show at the school Friday, and I
Oh,
was able to go and watch that. So that was cool to see. Um, but it made me sad to miss the Cubs. She was excited though. She did really good.
oh yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Your brother and sister didn't do anything.
that makes sense.
um, I enjoyed it. Matt Shaw was in right field on Saturday. He had one play where he took it. I mean, he kept kind of turning around. So you could see that he's still getting used to it, but he still made the play look pretty damn effortlessly. So,
Yeah, I
yeah,
noticed that when I saw him taking reps out before spring training started, how he kept like turning this way, then he turned back around and turned that way. Is if that's what they're talking about, what he was doing, I noticed that quite a
yes,
bit.
that's exactly what he did
Hmm.
for sure. I think he's probably just getting used to the read, seeing what he likes best. Um, and it's different. You know what I mean? Especially if you haven't done it for a minute. The
Right,
dude's got the athleticism, though, like I said, and you can see that for him. So that's a good thing. You know what I mean?
right.
Uh, I would like to see him at center some. I don't know if there's plans for that. I would think that there is, but
I mean, yeah, that wouldn't be a bad idea just to get some reps in,
agreed.
especially since we're in spring training.
The
See what
Cubs,
works.
agreed. Agreed. Cubs lost top Japanese executive Naoya Masamoto to the Yankees. I when I first heard that, I was like, okay. And then I found out a little bit more about how involved he was. So all the guys like Shota, um, Yu Darvish, he helped. I know that Yu Darvish was acquired during free agency, not when he came over from Japan, but he was still integral in that because of his relationship with you. Um, he was involved with very much with Seiya and everything else. So it's a key piece that the Cubs had in um, their search for Japanese players that would fit well in Chicago and with the Cubs. So losing him really kind of sucks. You know what I mean? The
Right.
more I found out about it and was delving into it, you know what I mean? He's been in the Cubs organization for quite a few years, they said, and it's quite a blow. So hopefully they can get somebody else to kind of fill that void. I don't know. I mean, I think at some point they probably will be able to, um, but that may hurt us a little bit in the Japanese market early on. So that would be unfortunate if that's the case. You know what I mean? According to Craig Counsell, Shota Imanaga's velocity is much better this spring. And then he pitched today, and I was watching on game day because I was working, and trying to listen to it. He was throwing. So last year, at the end of the year after his injury, he was throwing that fastball around 89, 90, sometimes even a little less than that, but it never topped over 90. Where before he was throwing 91, 92, 93. Uh, Today it was topping out at 94 and normally sitting around 93. So seeing that velocity back should make a tremendous difference for him and spotting the fastball. He still got to spot it, but you can make a little bit more mistake at 93, 94 than you can at 89 or
Right.
88. You know what I mean? Especially in the major leagues, that's just going to get shelled, man. If you don't have a ton of movement or if you're not spotting it well. And so he seemed to pitch well today. They said that he seems to have more confidence with that as well. I think that Shota's going to make a tremendous improvement this year. I'm not saying I think Shota's going to be what Shota was in 2024, but I expect him to be somewhere in the middle. 2024 was, I never expected what he did. His advanced metrics in 2024 weren't overly amazing, but the dude just pitches and pitches well when he's on and when he's healthy. We saw what happens last year when he's not. He still gave up home runs both years, right?
Mm-hmm. This year was just an insane amount.
Oh, for sure. In 24, he gave up 27 home runs and 173 innings. Last year, he gave up 31 home runs and 144 innings. So almost in 29 less innings, he gave up 4 more home runs. That's huge. That's not good. I meant to lead into this before I started on Shota, so I apologize to everybody. But we're going to spotlight 3 players on each episode. We're going to do at least 2 episodes a week right now, this month, or for now. And we're going to spotlight 3 of the players that, and our expectations, what we think that they're going to do for this coming year. Do you agree? Do you think he's going to rebound well?
I think he'll do better than last year unless he gets injured again. But
I mean, agreed. But I'll say this: if he gets injured again, then they just need to not rush him.
Right.
I mean, what would have happened if they? I know all of us were impatient, wanting him back, but they kept saying it. Like they said, it was going to be 4 weeks initially, right?
Mm-hmm.
It ended up being 7. And maybe he just wasn't healing as quickly as they thought. But if they had taken 2 to 3 more weeks to let him rest, probably was a different Shota then at that point. Obviously, we'll never know for sure, but I would think, you know what I mean?
Right.
But you like him to rebound if he stays healthy.
Yeah. I think he will, for sure.
We really don't have to have 24 Shota. We just need a guy that's in the middle. You know what I mean?
Right. Consistent. Not consistent throwing home runs wise, but
I mean, he's gonna allow home runs. The key is making sure you're not walking batters before you do it, or a lot of hits. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Right.
I'm excited about him though. We're gonna do a starting pitcher, a relief pitcher, and a position player for this. The position player we're going to talk about is Dansby Swanson. He had talked a couple of days ago saying that he's been working really hard on his swing and trying to get things improving. He was pretty frustrated with the last couple of years, not even just last year. Last year, so he's hit 244, 242, and 244 in his 3 years with the Cubs. His WRC plus has been 105, 97, and 98. I'm not terribly upset about that WRC plus, depending on where he hits in the lineup. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So his WAR, which is where I think the WAR is, it's an incredible, an important stat for any player, but it's a more important for guys who are great defensively, like Dansby Swanson, like Nico Horner. You know what I mean?
Right.
Dansby's WAR in 23 was 4.8. In 24, it was 4.2. Last year, it was 3.3. His defense was good last year, but it wasn't as good as it had been, and it wasn't as good as I think he wanted it to be. He had a good power. 24 home runs, 77 RBIs, scored 84 runs. So it's not like he did strike out a ton, though. He struck out 168 times.
Especially at the beginning of the season. He was a strikeout machine.
Yeah, and I also felt like he struck out a lot in big spots. Mm-hmm. Agree?
I agree, 100%.
I'm actually really surprised that he had as many RBIs as he had.
Yeah.
I'll say this too for Dansby. His hard hit rate last year was 11.7%. The previous year was 9.2, and in 23 it was 10.9. So his hard hit rate went up quite a bit. You know what I mean?
Right.
Launch angle was much better last year. His expected batting average last year was 267, and he actually had 244. His expected slugging was 477, was actually 417. That can make a big difference for a guy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's 80 points that would have gone towards his OPS, which would have made it 797 instead of 717. If Dansby had gotten the expected numbers based off of the hits, you know what I mean, and the exit velocity and stuff, that would have been a drastically different player for the Cubs. So I think his approach is right. Eventually, that's going to balance out. You know what I mean? If he continues hitting the ball like he did last year, sometimes you just have bad luck, and you have seasons that are bad luck.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, that tells me that his expected numbers tell me that he had some bad luck. I'd like to see the defense I think he talked about that he wants to be a little more consistent with his defense as well. But he talked more about wanting to improve with the bat. Just keep doing what you're doing and get that. I mean, it's not that he was bad defensively. He just wasn't. He wasn't what he was in the San Diego series all season long. Like that San Diego series, he was incredible defensively. They don't win that series without him doing what he did defensively.
Mm-hmm.
If he does that too, the numbers that he actually had are good enough, I think. If Dansby has to hit 4 or 5 and 6, we're in trouble. That's not the role that he should be having to do offensively. He does great for a guy who should be hitting in the 7, 8, 9 spot.
Mm-hmm.
I have zero issue with him, and I expect the same kind of season, if not maybe more improved. What do you think?
I think Dansby will definitely improve this season.
He takes pride in that defense.
Yeah, I'm gonna take his word for him working really hard. I mean, he's really trying to fix his swing, obviously, if he hasn't appeared yet. So
he's great too, man. I love Dansby. I think he's very underappreciated by the casual fan.
Oh yeah. I mean, I see posts all the time saying he's not worth the money and stuff, but
yeah,
I absolutely think he is.
For sure. I don't think that he should be the highest paid or the second highest paid Cub ever, but that's not his fault. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like at total dollars. But it's not his fault.
They offer that.
Well, I think he's worth the money he makes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mean that. I'm saying the Cubs are a big market team and they should have signed somebody else to a bigger contract.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And they need to start acting like it. The Bregman deal was great, but I don't think that's acting like a big market team either. Signing a guy I'm not saying we need to go sign somebody to $700 million like Soto, but and I'm also not saying we should have signed Kyle Tucker to $60 million. That's stupid.
I'm so glad we didn't because he sucks. He doesn't suck.
He doesn't suck.
He doesn't suck.
But he's not worth $60 million. Either.
No.
He's not even the top.
$60 million suck.
He's not even the top 3 on that team, is he? Is he better than Freddie Freeman or Mookie Betts?
No.
I don't think so either.
Freddie Freeman's much better. It's not even close.
And I would say Freddie's the 3rd best on that team.
It's because Freddie still hits home runs, but, he's not like a Kyle Tucker power. But I mean, dude's won batting titles so many times in his career. I mean, the proof is right in front of everybody's face.
Yeah, for a guy to get paid $60 million and not be one of the top 2 or 3 players is asinine, in my opinion.
Hmm.
I don't care how much money you got, man.
Do you know how many more years Mookie has on his contract? Because I
I'm not
know
sure.
he's retiring after, at least he
After
plans on it.
I think he signed through 2031. I'm not 100% sure about that.
Uh,
Mookie Betts is. I hate that he plays for the Dodgers because he's fun to watch.
yeah.
He's fun to watch. The third player that we want to highlight on this episode is Porter Hodge. What do you expect from Porter this season?
High walk rate, but I can see him striking out a lot more this year. Especially
I
if he
love the
stays healthy.
stuff.
If he stays healthy, then I feel like he could be really good this year.
Do you know what his ERA was at AAA in 24 before he came up? I didn't know this.
182.
No. In AAA in 2024, he had 15 and 2/3 innings before he was brought up to the majors. He had a 5.74 ERA.
Oh, wow. Oh. I was not
He has
expecting
not
that.
had an ERA below 3 since 23 when he was in AA. No, when he was in. I'm sorry. Let me say that again. Since 22. Yeah. Yeah, in 22 when he was in low A and high A.
It's unfortunate.
Until in the majors in 24, he had an ERA of 1.88. Does that seem odd? Does it seem like maybe expectations are a little high? I think he had a nice flash in the pan. I'm not saying he can't be really good. I don't think that he is the pitcher that we all wanted him to be last season after the
Right.
24. You know what I mean?
Mhm. I think he has great potential, though.
For sure. He's got some
He's got
filthy
real.
stuff.
His sweeper's disgusting.
He has incredibly filthy stuff, but he has always had a hard time controlling it. Even in 24 when in the majors, like just looking at the majors, he averaged almost 4 walks per 9 innings. You know what I mean?
Right.
Last year in AAA, he averaged 8 walks per inning or per 9. 5 in the majors. He has 5 walks already in the spring and 1 in the 3rd inning. Just based on that, do you think he has a chance to open on the major league team on opening day?
We'll just have to see how it plays out. I mean,
I think I'm writing him off already for opening day.
you think so? You think so?
For opening day.
I don't know.
I know
I
that
don't
there's
know.
a lot that can happen between now and then, but I'm not.
I
I'm
think
not
it's
sure that
too early to tell. I mean,
there. I think it's up here. I think
right.
because the stuff is still there.
Mm-hmm.
I watched him pitch on Saturday. No, it was Friday. I'm sorry. He didn't look good. The stuff looked good, but he wasn't controlling it. Like there's so much movement, but he's not controlling it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And Castle gave him every opportunity to be able to work out of it,
Right.
and it wasn't happening. I what sucks is I love the stuff that he has. I'm just saying I think we need to temper what we expect from him. I think the expectations that are so high is unfair to him. To come in and be a dominant closer or setup guy consistently, I think is unfair. Because he hasn't, outside of that pocket in the second half of 24, he's never shown that he can do that above AA and higher.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But you could argue the same thing about Palencia until last year above AAA. So I'm not saying he'll never get it. I'm just saying to expect him to come like on this year's team to come be a key integral part, I think is unfair. And he's more likely to fail with those expectations than not. So if we have the expectations of being a guy like Ethan Roberts or a better version of Ethan Roberts / Gavin Hollowell, what Hollowell was last year, because I've got more thoughts on Hollowell that we'll talk about later. You know what I mean? I'll say this real quick, just a quick tidbit. Dude's got 2 innings pitched, no hits, no runs, 6 Ks in spring so far. For some players, spring doesn't matter. For other players, guys that are on the bubbles, it matters greatly. Gavin Hollowell, Porter Hodge, spring matters immensely. Shota Imanaga, it doesn't. You want to see the right things, like the velocity's up. You know what I mean?
Right.
Do you think I'm being unfair about Porter?
No. Mm-mm. But at the same time, like, what do you want to hear as a major league ball player? You want someone to, kind of look at you like you're nothing, and then they just, you know what I'm saying? Like, you want them to speak good about you and have those high expectations for motivation for when you go out there. Not saying that, someone saying that you suck isn't good motivation, but, it will give you more confidence, I feel like.
I'm not saying he sucks. That's not what I mean. So if I'm coming across that way.
I know.
Okay.
I know. I'm just, comparing.
Yeah.
But I guess everybody's different.
Talent.
Mm-hmm.
He's always struggled to control that talent.
Right.
And so I think it's unfair to want and expect him to come in and be what we want Hunter Harvey, Daniel Palencia, and those guys to be this summer. You know what I mean? If he does, I didn't expect that out of Brad Keller right away last year. You know what I mean?
Or Thielbar.
So if he does, fantastic. Yeah, Dude, I poo-pooed the whole signing of Caleb Thielbar. I thought that was who cares? You know what I mean? The dude's old.
Right.
He's nearing the end of it. And I freaking love that dude. He was amazing last year. And if they only had to pick one guy to keep, I would have loved it to be Brad Keller, but I'm glad it was Thielbar. I thought between Pomeranz and Thielbar, nothing against Pomeranz. I just thought Thielbar was the better option.
Right.
I would have been happy with Pomeranz too.
Yeah,
but if it was one or the other, them, but
I would have loved to get Pomeranz too.
Yeah, agreed. All right. Moises Ballesteros is finally in camp. Had you heard about all that?
No.
The dude, he wasn't there because he was having trouble with getting his visa.
Oh.
Through Venezuela, so he ended up having to go through Colombia. He had to go from Venezuela to Colombia, got his visa there, finally was able to get here. He got there Sunday. Missed almost 2 weeks of camp.
Jeez.
Which affects if he's going to be able to, catching work that they would have wanted him to do. That affects that. I think there's enough games to get him in and get him plenty of at-bats still and get ready for the season. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They still got plenty of time.
The minor league guy, Christian Betancourt, is having the same issue, and they don't know when he's going to be able to get there. So that kind of sucks. He's also a catcher.
Yeah, I remember him playing a few games in 2024, I believe.
Betancourt? Not in the majors.
Then I'm thinking of a different Betancourt.
Probably, yes.
Who was also a catcher.
Correct. I know who you're talking about. I just can't think of the dude's first name. I'll try and remember. The ABS system. Have you been able to see much of that yet?
Yeah, I saw a little bit.
Are you excited about it?
Yeah, but I think it's great, but at the same time, it's not baseball. I mean, it is baseball,
Oh,
but
it's baseball.
it's. I like the personalized strike zone a lot.
I hate it.
It gives a game more flavor.
I I think that there are umpires. Maybe it's few and far between, but I don't think it is that hold personal grudges
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, that too.
and allow that to cloud stuff. And I
Mm-hmm.
think that this is a way to get that crap out of the game. And it is. It's crap, man. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like these guys get paid a good amount of money to be professional. And
Yeah.
I'm glad that it's part of it. And you get unlimited as long as you're right. So you only get 2 incorrect calls. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm excited about it. I think that it overall it's worked well. On the game I watched Saturday, the first time they tried to do it, it didn't work on the scoreboard. And so the umpire they had to tell the home plate umpire, hey, it was a ball, or you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then move forward. But it's not like every other time I've seen it though, it has happened quickly. And I like that it's on the scoreboard so the fans that are at the game they can see what's going on because that's the one thing about instant replay that I don't like is fans a lot of times don't have a clue what's happening. The fans at the game, the live, they don't have a clue what's
Right.
happening or what happened. You know what I mean? Nobody's telling them. And so I'd like to see it. I know that they talk on the microphone sometimes. I'd like to see it more like the NFL where they do it all the time. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
To keep the fans interacted with it. Or, yeah, I mean, because they show it on the scoreboard and stuff, but uh, I just think that that would be important for that too, to keep the fans engaged and involved. I'm really excited about it. I'll break it down a little bit more on another episode for anybody who doesn't understand how it's going to be and how it works exactly. Uh, Jonathan Long, did you see his injury?
Yeah, I did.
That was gruesome looking, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, that definitely hurt.
And I still haven't been able to find anything saying officially like what's happening for him, and I don't like that. I don't think that's a good sign because this is a guy that I had hopes was because you know that there's going to be minor injuries here and there throughout the season. This is a guy that I wanted to come up, be one of the first guys up, and be involved because this dude has a nice swing. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think of him? You're
I
excited
think
about
it's.
him too, aren't you?
I was excited about him. It's definitely unfortunate. I hope he has a speedy recovery because
Same,
I would like to see him play at least. See how he does in a AAA after it
right?
happens. Well, after he gets back, yeah.
And he played all of last year at AAA, was the minor league player of the year. This dude has talent. And I think that he's not been on any of the prospect lists really. And I think he's been completely disrespected that way. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Uh Justice Steele was on the broadcast on Saturday. They had him on there for 2 innings, and he talked quite a bit about um, his expectations for the season. He is doing great with his rehab. Um, a big expectations for him to hopefully be back at the end of May or early June. If that's the case, I think that's absolutely amazing. I think that they'll pull him along slowly still in June and maybe even July, where he pitches like initially 3 to 4 innings, and then they have a guy like Ben Brown come in and kind of piggyback off him, or Javier Assad. You know what I mean? And carry it through to the rest of the pen. But if he can do that and then like be ready to go time in August and September, that would be absolutely huge for this team. They're probably going to be a little bit of growing pains. Back. Agreed. I'm a little nervous about that. But I think if there's a guy on this team, actually two guys that I could think of on this team, pitching wise, that is going to have that dog in them, Justice Steele and Cade Horton.
Oh yeah.
And it sounded like Edward Cabrera maybe too.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I forgot.
The priority right now for him, he needs to stay healthy.
Yeah, I forgot all about Edward Cabrera.
I'm stoked, and I've loved seeing the comments I've seen out of him this spring so far. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Can't believe it.
Come sign Michael Conforto. What do you think about that? Does that mean anything? Are you excited about that? Do you think that?
I was looking at stats. I think he was batting at 198 or something like that.
He was terrible.
Last
he was
year,
one of the worst players in baseball last year. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see.
I saw a post today of some dumbass compared him and Kyle Tucker. Kyle Tucker's numbers from last year and Michael Conforto's numbers from 2019.
Yeah. He did play some pretty good ball.
He played really good.
Yeah. He's kind of old.
18 to 21, 22. He was good.
Mm-hmm.
But he hasn't been since.
Right.
I hate when people do stuff like that.
Right.
It's completely misleading. And if I wasn't a baseball nut, I wouldn't have known. You know what I mean?
Well, I immediately looked up his stats after we saw him. Well, when I saw that post, because I never even heard of the guy. So I did some research on him, and he's not anything special.
I would be surprised if he makes the major league team opening day. I would actually say that that's not a good sign. I wouldn't like it. Unless he lights the spring up, I don't expect that to happen. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'll eat my words. I would love to eat my words. I don't think that that's something I'm expecting. Did you see the Angels owner say? He said that winning is not among the top 5 things that fans want.
Is he stupid?
Isn't that asinine?
He's stupid.
What is wrong with that guy?
I don't know. That's why his franchise sucks.
Of a major league team in a major city.
Franchise sucks.
They do. Now we know why, don't we?
Yep, because he doesn't care.
No wonder Ohtani left.
Yeah. I'm surprised Mike Trout wants to stay.
I know, right? Isn't that weird? Maybe he doesn't now after hearing stuff like that.
I hope he's healthy this year. I would love to see Mike Trout ball out this year. And I know he's not Cubs, but that man deserves to ball out.
He's got to stay healthy.
Yeah. He's kind of like, no, I'm not going to compare him to Chris Bryant, but, getting injured every season, yes, he's like Chris Bryant.
I was going to say, I don't think that's an unfair comparison.
Right. But he's still pretty good.
He plays more still, but agreed. Last but not least, where did I put my phone? Oh, there it is. All right. So, PCA did an article with Chicago Magazine and Wayne Dreys. I thought that was really cool that he had done that. He had this comment. This was my favorite comment. I haven't dug too deep into it, but I loved this comment that he had. I saw what bringing playoff baseball back to the city meant, he says. That's an easy, immovable goal. The F are you playing for if you're not trying to play in the playoffs and win the World Series? There's more to life than baseball, but maybe not for me right now. This shit is my life. I loved that. What do you think?
Fired
Does
up.
that get you excited when you hear him saying that?
Oh yeah.
Huh?
I'm ready.
Did you say
Ready
get
to
you
watch
fired up?
PCA. Yeah, it gets me fired up. I'm
Agreed.
excited.
Wholeheartedly. I also saw on Bleacher Nation today, I didn't read it yet. I just saw the headline. PCA was asked about what he's looking for in a contract, like to maybe some kind of extension. And he said he's just wanting something fair. He doesn't want to break any banks. He just wants something that he thinks and that he and the team can come to that they think is fair. He doesn't want to hamstring the club or anything like that. I signed this guy to 7 or 8 years for $100 million, or hell, 120.
Oh yeah.
7 years, 120.
Easily.
I mean, what's for sure, man. After this last year,
I wouldn't even think twice about that.
Just based on his defense, and if he can be a 20-20 guy, or 15 and 20 guy, 15 and 25, 15 home runs, 25 stolen bases with that defense, he's 100% worth that, isn't he?
Oh yeah.
Let alone if he can be a 30-30 again.
Mm-hmm.
If he's 30-30 again this year, he's going to start commanding more than that.
Right. Mm-hmm. Sign him while you can.
Yeah. Like this is where the Cubs want to play like they're sometimes like they're a small market team. Then this is the kind of guy you need to sign to a deal before it gets out of hand. Like the Brewers do. Or like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't understand why the Pirates don't do stuff like that more.
Right.
I guess the one time they tried to do it was with Brian Hayes, and that backfired. But they were able to unload it to another division rival, no less. How great was that of a deal for them?
Right.
Brian Hayes. That dude is great defensively, but
he sucks.
He's awful offensively, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. You got anything else, buddy?
Nope.
Thank you very much, everybody. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Do all the things, whether you're listening on audio, listen on YouTube, leave me some comments. Leave us comments. We would love to see comments, wouldn't we?
Oh, yeah.
It would be pretty nice.
We'll even respond to it.
Yeah, I was going to say, man, we'll engage with y'all and everything. So, everybody have a great day, and let's go Cubs.
Go Cubbies.